Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the LA Angels Rebuild here on MLB The Show 25. We are coming off of an off season that you could consider a good one. You could also consider it strange, to say the least. We come out of the off season with Tanner Beebe as our new starter, our new number 3 starting pitcher, along with Tristan McKenzie, who in real life got DFA'd by the Guardians. We'll see if we can turn his career around. He's 29. He had a lot of potential as a youngster. We'll see if maybe he can do it with us, or we'll have to look for a new pitcher maybe next season. Who knows? Bobby Miller retains his job as the number 5 starter. And this is what our rotation looks like. We obviously have Mackenzie Gore still around. The bullpen's a little weird, little thin. You could see, definitely slightly thin. Definitely no long relief pitchers, but that could be a good thing. You never know. And then the big addition for the lineup, we add in O'Neal Cruz from Pittsburgh. Or I guess he's from the Dodgers. I forgot about that. We added him from the Dodgers to be our new starting center fielder. Mickey Moniak was just not going to get the job done. So he becomes our new center fielder. We still have Rengifo. We still have Devers, Schwarber, Ohapi, Trout, who moves to right field. We have John Kenzie, who will play both left field and first base at times. But right now he's going to play some big-time left field for us. I think we should probably have him but I want Shonald to develop. I really do. I want both of them to develop. So we'll have John Kenzie play left field. If he starts to struggle like he did last year when he was playing left field, we'll move him to first. We'll have Shonald move somewhere else. I don't know where, but we'll have him move somewhere else. Christian Campbell will start the season with the big league club. We also have Jacques Caglione, who we brought over from the Royals in the offseason. Mitch Garver is a backup catcher. Jorge Polanco and Mickey Moniak as our guys on the bench. We brought in both these guys as just free agent signings, I'm pretty sure. Like actual free agent signings after the free agent period was over. So the team's good but weird. I will admit that. And we have opening day starting with a 4-game series at home against the Astros, then a 3-game set against the White Sox. So we start at home for a lot of it. Mackenzie Gore will obviously be on the mound for us. And I'm hoping we can have a better season than we did last year when we, unfortunately, if I could actually get to the thing instead of keep clicking on the budget, when we won 85 games but fell short in the ALDS. It was very disappointing. But that's what happened. And we will go for season number 3 here. So if you go and enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. And let's start season 3 in style. We are going to quick manage opening day. Oh, I didn't even mention, we have Ailey Perez back from injury. He will start the season with AAA because he had such a good year at AA before getting injured. What was it? Was it a ankle injury? Did he break his ankle? I forget what it was, but he hurt himself last year, and he was out for like 3 or 4 months during the season. But he is fully recovered, and he is back, and he will start the season in AAA. He was our first overall pick last year. Or no, 2 years ago. He was the year 1 draft. So I'm hoping he can really develop, because then he could be our starting catcher, maybe even a first baseman of the future. Who knows? And our first round pick from last year will start in AA, Thomas Gillian. Here he is. Look at his numbers as a rookie. He's 18 years old. And he will start the season in AA. Hopefully he has a killer season in AA and absolutely tears it up. We can move him to AAA. And maybe even eventually to the bigs. Who knows? But it's going to be a while for him. But we will start opening day. We have 42. Never mind. We have 42 on the 40-man. Who is... Oh, Asa Lacy doesn't need to be on the 40-man, so get rid of him. And then probably Matthew Lugo or Kyron Paris. Lugo probably has no chance of being in the bigs. But neither does Kyron Paris, if I'm being honest. So Kyron Paris is going to get off. He's going to get off the 40-man. There you go. And we will do opening day quick manage. But we will play the full game at the start so we can get all the spectacle of opening day. And then we'll go from there. We'll simulate a couple months of the season. see what we can do. Mackenzie Gore hopefully has a good showing, and this is what our new look lineup looks like. O'Neal Cruz will lead off for us, and I'm hoping this season goes very well and we win more than 85 games. Maybe we even win 100 games. Probably not, but maybe we could win at least like 88, 90 games. That'd be pretty sick. Let's see what happens on opening day, though. We got to start hot.
Angels. The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. So the Los Angeles Angels, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because these guys have already got the building blocks in place, and you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
And now,
opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this.
Los Angeles Angels.
Just about set to go. And starting in this one, Mackenzie Gore. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, a very solid ERA last season, just a little over 3. And when you've got a guy like that taking the mound for you,
all right, we're going into opening day with Mackenzie Gore on the mound. He had a good season last year and a pretty decent playoff run. It definitely wasn't his fault that we didn't go very far in the playoffs. And you know what? We might debut our new man, O'Neal Cruz, his first ever at-bat as an LA Angel. I know I said I was going to quick manage, but we might want to jump in for the good stuff. And the debut of our new center fielder might be the good stuff we're looking for here as we take on Chris Sale for the Stros. And O'Neal Cruz puts that into center field, but not good enough as it goes right to the glove of, I don't know who that is. That's McCarthy over there? I don't know who that is. And there is our lineup. Rafael Devers coming off of a big season last year for the club. I'm hoping he can do that again. Oh, Rengifo with a nice little double with one out. Devers strikes out, and then Big Schwarbs, he gets out of the game as well. That's kind of annoying. Paredes gets a hit, but nothing doing for the Stros. Zach Neto leadoff single, fielder's choice by Trout, and then a double play is stupid. Ooh, Myers, he's in center field for them, and he gets himself a solo homer, and then Pena doubles up. All right, so we're down 1-0. Mackenzie Gore allows a solo shot. Strikeout for O'Neal Cruz, single Rengifo, single again, but all right, Mackenzie. The bats are kind of working, but we're not getting the production. We get a couple hits, but we can't get the runs around to score. Another homer. It's Hunter Renfroe this time. Mackenzie Gore on opening day is not looking like the ace that we thought he would be. Now, it is early in the season. Obviously, it's literally the first game, but 3 home runs. All right, Mackenzie, your day is done. Another single, fly out. Yeah, he's over. I didn't realize 3 solo shots was going to be in the cards today. Pitching change. We're going to bring in Sam Bachman, to pitch the 7th. Not a good start. Not a good start for the good guys. They bring in Josh Hader, and big Christmas, John Kenzie instantly doubles. Ground out, walk. Devers strikes out. Man, see, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. We can get the hits, but we can't get the guys around to do anything. Brian King comes in. Schwarber instantly walks. A double for Neto, scores a run. Trout walks. Pop up for Ohapi. They bring in another pitcher, Ryan Yarbrough. and then we can't do anything after that. So we get 1 run, but nothing doing after that. And we will jump in here to finish this game. They're going to bring in Joe Jimenez to shut the door on the LA Angels on opening day. Oneil Cruz 0 for 3 in his debut. That is not something you want to see. Hopefully he changes that throughout the season. But again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, obviously, because it is literally game number 1 out of 162. So we got a lot of baseball to play. And there's a big base hit. Oneil Cruz. That's a huge one. A leadoff single. Now, he doesn't have a lot of speed, 81 speed. But that should be enough. If something gets in the outfield, it should be enough to take him maybe home. If Rengifo can do what he needs to do. Not going to swing at that pitch. Maybe stick an elbow out there, Luis. Take one for the team. This is a crucial moment in the game. Rengifo into center, but that's not going to get down. Myers is going to be underneath that one. He tracks it to the warning track, but he grabs it, and that's 1 out, and now we're a double play away. But Rafael Devers comes up. Do we try to swipe a bag here with Oneil Cruz? I think it's a little too risky. Try to steal with Oneil Cruz. 81 speed's not super ideal, and I shouldn't have swung at that. That one got me caught. Hey, look at that. We have the top preseason farm system in terms of valuation with $241 million in our farm system as an evaluation. That's pretty awesome. Ooh, right on the corner. Did not get called for a strike. That's huge. That's a big call. We are projected to have 92 wins this year and lead the American League in wins. That seems a little hopeful for us. I don't know if we'll have 92, but I'd love to have 92. We'll see what happens this season. Anything can happen, really. It becomes a full count. And that's going to be called strike 3 on the side. Are you kidding me? I thought for sure that was ball 4, but it's called strike 3. They froze Rafael, and it's down to the final out. It's Big Schwarbs. Oh, that's unbelievable. This inning started so promisingly with the single for Oneil Cruz. And you know what? I might have to try to swipe a bag here. I know it's not going to matter too much now with the 2 outs, but... oh, that's so unfortunate, that strikeout call. I got to protect the plate, too, because Schwarber had 2 strikes. And that is going to be the game we are going to lose opening day to the Astros. It's such a bad call, though, man. That's such a bad call. That should not have been strike 3. That should have been a ball. But it was called strike 3. We lose. Mackenzie Gore did not look that good. He allowed 3 earned runs, and they were all solo homers. I'm a little bit concerned, but not super concerned. We do win game number 2, though, with Luis Gil has a good performance. That's nice to see. But then we lose game number 3, and the Rangers have claimed Asa Lacy. You know what? You can have him. I'm not super mad about that. And we lose game number 4. Tristan McKenzie, 31. Oh, my God, Tristan. The experiment might be very done with you. All right, Ryan Helsley in a tough spot here. Up by 1 in the bottom of the 9th against, or the top of the 9th against the White Sox. The White Sox suck. Let's do this. We also made a move that I forgot to mention. We brought in Ryan Helsley instead of Andres Munoz, and Ryan Helsley has a good showing. Gets the save opportunity, shuts the door on the White Sox. Schwarber had a home run. Hans Kraus got the win. Mike Trout also hit a home run in the game. All right, so we'll what, 2-2 now in the season? 2-3. Let's sweep out the White Sox, please. No, we lost a game against the White. How do you lose a game against the White? It's the White Sox. They're 1-5. That was their first win. Oh, that's annoying. That's super, super frustrating. All right, Tanner Beebe's debut. And now it is a 2-1 game, bottom 8. Taylor Rogers on the mound. I mean, we got to try to help Taylor Beebe out, right? And I realized as I was jumping into the game that I said Taylor Beebe and not Tanner Beebe. I was getting Taylor Rogers and Tanner Beebe combined. So that's my bad. Tanner Beebe, we got to help him out with Taylor Rogers on the mound, and we might have just done that there. Rengifo on to Neto, on to Shonel at first, and that is a big double play from the Fresh Prince. That's huge. Can we hold on for the victory? And we can. Look at the fist bumping, boys. We get another win. That's a big one against the Dodgers, too. That is a big one against the Dodgers. Ohtani went 1 for 4. That's always good when you can shut down Ohtani. All right, big win. Can we keep on going? Trash Pandas don't have a amount of players on the roster. Ooh, we took game 2 against the Dodgers as well. Maybe they're going to have it down here. Who knows? And it's our first time to do some scouting. All right. So I didn't remember to fire my scouts and sign new ones, but these scouts should get the job done, especially because we are picking later in the draft this year. So let's scout a pitcher. Let's scout a big old pitcher. Who's the number 1 player, by the way? It is going to be this guy, Matthew Beatty, who looks pretty good out the gates. We'll probably scout him. I know we're not going to have a chance to draft him, but we'll probably scout him just to see what he's all about. All right, so we're probably going to be picking around this range in terms of guys that are going to be available for us. So let's start by scouting somebody around here. Maybe Samuel Mendoza. That could be a nice one. 6'5". I do like a good starting pitcher who's 6'5". So we'll put him on the board. This guy scouts position players. Well, that's perfect because I wanted to scout Matthew Beatty. And this guy just discovers people. So let's discover pitchers in... hold on, let me... How many pitchers are in different positions or different places? So California, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Washington, New Jersey. So it seems like it's either going to be international or maybe the East, Central. I don't know. Let's do international first. Discover new prospects, pitchers, international, confirm that, and that'll be our first week of scouting. Let's keep simulating. Maybe we could sweep the Dodgers. That'd be sick. Jonathan Loaizaga has suffered a bruised rib. That's not good. And we got beat 10-0. My God. All right, so we couldn't sweep the Dodgers. We almost get swept by the Mariners. That's not good. But it's the A's. We got to beat the A's, and we can't beat the A's. What's happening? We're 6-9. Do I have to fire everybody? Do I have to fire freaking everybody? I'm not quite sure, but we are going to keep scouting Mendoza. We'll keep scouting Beatty. Of course, there's going to be like a great hitting prospect the one time we're not picking at the top of the draft. We're down 8-7 with Devers on base. Bottom 10 extra innings against Mason Miller. Schwarbrahms is on the plate or at the plate. I mean, I don't have good luck in doing these, but I'm going to try my best to get this win. Here we go. Mason Miller on the mound to try to shut the door in the bottom of the 10th. We've got 3 outs to not only get Devers home, but also get the win. So not only tie, but get the win. And Mason Miller throws absolute, utter electricity. We got to be ready to swing the bat fast. That's going to be called a ball, thankfully. Oh, come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Nope, not going to get that one. It's a 2-1 count. Come on, Schwarber. I know you got some pop in that bat. You had such a good year last year. That's why we re-signed you. Prove to me why we re-signed you. That's going to bounce off the glove of the first baseman. Unfortunately, Schwarber does not run well. He's going to do a productive out and get Rafael Devers to third. I really would have liked him to get on base without having an out, and they're going to bring the infield in case Logan O'Hoppe wants to bunt Devers home. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try my best to swing for the fences with Logan O'Hoppe, but he's hitting .067 with runners in scoring position this year to start the year. That is not a good average, and that is not going to get past the third baseman. It is going to be a ground out, and we've wasted 2 outs. It all comes down to Nolan Schonel in this game. If he doesn't do anything here, we get swept, and he will tie it. Devers comes home to score. Nolan Schonel has tied the game at 8. Mason Miller's blown the save. That's pretty big, but it could be better. We could have won the game already if we would have had another guy on base. Zach Neto, get down. Get down. No. It's caught by the right fielder. Was that Lawrence Butler out there? I don't know who it is, but he was able to grab the play, and now Taylor Rogers is in a very tough situation. Did he get out of it? Hey, look at that. John Kenzie hits an RBI double to walk off. I'll take that in the bottom of the 11th. That's huge. Schonel's the player of the game. He had a triple, a double, and a single in that game. O'Hoppe and Schwarber hit home runs, but John Kenzie Noel comes up with the biggest at-bat, winning it in extras, and keeping us out of sweep territory for the A's. The Nationals have offered me a trade. Emilio Pagan. What is this, 2005? Has he even played in 2005? No, 2017. What are we doing here with Emilio Pagan? You want my young, well, not my young, but you want my closing pitcher who I like? No, thank you. What kind of offer is that? That's crazy. All right, we take on the Cardinals. My God, this team is not performing very well, are we? We're 9-12, kind of having a down year, and of course, oh my God, this guy's generational, isn't he? Oh my God. Oh my God, that guy's generational. I can tell. He's gonna be such a freak. But we're not gonna be in position to draft him. We got to draft somebody around the 20 range. Is there even gonna be anybody worth drafting? Probably not. Steve Sanchez, we got Ken Coffey, Jamal Lawson. Okay, this Mel Rouse guy is a speed demon. I'm looking for a guy that's just got unbelievable power. You know what my game plan is when it comes to drafting. I'm looking for guys that got unbelievable power. You don't usually find that, but a girl can dream. This guy's got interesting stuff. I might scout him. He looks pretty interesting. We're going to keep scouting Samuel Mendoza. I don't know why it's taking so long to get him, but is he actually that good? He might not even be that good. But we'll keep scouting. Let's go. Can we get some wins, though? Shawano, I'm going to let this one ride, see what happens. We get the win. Okay. Scott Kingery out for 2 to 3 months with a fractured wrist. You know what? That's not that bad because Scott Kingery sucks. Christian Campbell. Ooh, the youngster. In the top of the 11, 2 outs, Brian Abreu on the mound. Let's go try to swing the baseball bat with the youngster. See what we can do with the young kid. Christian Campbell to the plate. He does have a home run this season, so that's pretty cool. I think it was his first career because I don't think he hit one in the few times he was up to the big leagues the past couple of years. So it might be his first of his career. Against Brian Abreu, who's a very solid, very quality relief pitcher. This time playing for the Blue Jays. Christian Campbell misses the slider. That's the pitch to send to the outfield to score at least one. But I think I might have been over the top of it. That was the pitch to rock. 1-2 count to Campbell. What does Abreu have in the tank? He's going to send a slider down in the zone. It's going to be a ball. 2-2 count. Just find your pitch, kid. Find your pitch. Send it to the moon. Campbell misses the slider. He just couldn't time up that slider. It was too much. The slider was too much. And we go still tied. Trout's at the plate. Okay. We got a runner on third, 2 outs, top of the 12th. I think Christian Campbell's on third. And Mike Trout is at the plate. He's in an advanced age at this point in his career. I really want to win a World Series with him before he calls it a career. Before he retires. I really do. Mike Trout's one of those guys that deserves a World Series. He's so good. But he's just stuck on the Angels. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We're still having a chance. This is deep into the night right here. This is top 13. William Hugh, who is on the mound. Top 13. And O'Neal Cruz will not be able to do anything there unless the shortstop can't make the play. No, he's going to make the play. Oh, that was a one-pitch mistake that I shouldn't have swung at. Can we please get the win here? We lose 2-1. Blue Jays walk us off. Alejandro Kirk. Well, that was an annoying waste of time. Taking us 14 innings just to get walked off in the end. This team is very strange and very frustrating. We're just not consistent enough. We got up to 80% on Samuel Mendoza. I think I'm going to take him out now. Let's take him out, and we'll swap in maybe a pitcher around this range. There's Rodriguez. There's Steve Sanchez. Steve Sanchez might not be a good, bad one to throw in the scouting. But maybe Albert Myers might be pretty good. Let's scout Albert Myers. He's not even ranked by Major League Baseball. Luis Cervone? I don't know how to say his name. He looks pretty interesting, but his potential's dropping. Can we please wrap together some wins here? Pulled back muscle for Tristan McKenzie's not good, but he's back healthy again. And look at that. We did what I wanted. We've rallied some wins, but we lose today. Why is the A's beating us? I don't understand. The A's are leading the AOS. What kind of alternate universe are we in right now? All right, let's actually start scouting some prospects here. I know Discovery is this scouts' number one thing, but let's actually start scouting some people. Maybe we can scout some outfield bodies. Are there any big-time bats in the outfield? Not in the right field. This is a bad right field class. What about left field? Ooh, here we go. Rich Nivar from Puerto Rico. He's not going to be that good, but I need to know how good he actually is because he could be a nice little one to find. That could be a hidden gem. Tanner Beebe has elbow inflammation. That's not good. Why are all my starting pitchers getting hurt? Beebe's back. We take 2 or 3 against the Astros. Now we're starting to get in the swing of things here. No pun intended. And Ryan Helsley seems to be locking down everybody. A's have fallen off a little bit. Mariners are dominating. Ooh, is this guy going to be that good? We're at 31% already, and he's still got a lot of blue. This little Puerto Rican could be pretty decent. We should have stopped scouting Lewis because he doesn't look super good. He's a pitcher, right? No, he's a second baseman. Okay, so let's keep looking for maybe a big time power shortstop. That could be always fun. Let's scout Darren Hoffman. Maybe that'll work. Keep rallying some wins together. We lose to the Yankees, but the Guardians have offered me a trade. 2 for 1. They want to give me Sam Henches and Angel Martinez. What are these trade offers for Nolan Schonel? No. You're stupid. Zach Neto, we lose that game. James Wood's back. Yes! That's something I didn't mention at the start of the video. James Wood got hurt in the spring, but he is now back, healthy. Finally. He missed a month and a half of baseball. John Kenzie moves to the bench, but he's not having that bad of a year. He needs to play a little bit. Schonel's having a pretty good year. I can't play him. Okay, this is the problem that we were coming across. Ohapi's not hitting very well at all, but I don't have anybody else besides Mitch Garver who can play catcher. How do we find a spot for both Big Christmas and Schonel? Schonel can't play anywhere else. Third base and left field. I can't take Devers out of third, and obviously James Wood's back in left. How do we do this? I can't. Schwarber can only play DH. That's literally all he can do. He's already got 12 home runs, though. Does John Kenzie hit righties better? He hits lefties better, but not better than Schwarber. I physically can't take anyone out here. I think we might just have to bench John Kenzie for now. James Wood is back. That's super nice to have James Wood back on the team. We also need to move somebody not only off of the big league club, but off of this. I think it's going to be Juan Brito off of the 40-man roster. We need to move somebody out of the big league club as well. Who's going to get called down? It would make sense to have somebody get called down as a hitter, and I don't think maybe we move Mickey Moniak down now that we have James Wood back. Does he still has at least, oh no. I have to designate him for assignment? You got to be kidding me. Well, I can't do that. At least I don't want to do that. I guess Christian Campbell could go down, but he's hitting pretty well. I can't send him down. Jacques could go down for a little bit. You know what? Let's send Jacques down a little bit just for the time being. He might get called up again. I'm just glad that James Wood's back. Base is loaded for Ohapi, and we can't get the job done. What are we doing here? Why are we not playing very well? I'm a little bit concerned. We are at 54%. This guy might be generational. We are at 54%, and he's still got 72 to 90 with 80 to 98 potential, or overall. This guy could legitimately be generational. That's kind of crazy. Albert Myers looking pretty good. Darren Hoffman looking also pretty good. He plays a lot of different positions. Let's change out Myers. I think we feel confident with him, so let's look at some more starters. Who else is interesting and possibly in our range to draft? Napoleon Stroud is a wild name. Manny Olivares or Oliveros? I don't know. Why do I always get guys that I can't pronounce their names? Oh, can we please win some baseball games? I'd really appreciate the wins. Come on, boys. Man, Ryan Helsley was a big pickup because he keeps locking people down. No! James Wood comes back for like 2 weeks. You gotta be kidding me. Well, John Kenzie gets to come back and play left field now. You've got to be joking. James Wood missed the start of the year, missed about 2 months. He comes back, plays 7 games, and gets hurt again for 2 to 3 months. What is happening? Why is James Wood unlucky? That's insane, the injury luck that right there. Oh my God. All right. He's finally started to drop his potential and his overall, but we're at 77% and he still looks really good. That's a crazy good player at 77%. Hoffman's starting to drop down even more. I might even stop scouting him. Let's try to find somebody else. Maybe we find a power second baseman. Richard Tuttle could be that. Let's scout him and see if he's good. All right, we'll finish up the month of May and then move on from there. But, I mean, just an abysmal start of the season. Just an absolutely abysmal start to the year. Bunch of injuries. Ugh. We got to 100%, and Rich Nivar looks generational. That's crazy. He's going to be priority number 1. We're probably not going to take him in the first round, but he is going to be priority number 1 to draft this year because he looks like an absolute, utter monster. The unfortunate part is he's 5'7". Why does every prospect have to be so small? It doesn't happen all the time. Like, I know there's small players in baseball, but there's also large players. Third base does not look very deep at all. Bernardo Neves? Is he worth even scouting with just the power possibility? Probably. Let's do it. All right. We got one more chance to jump in here. Logan O'Hoppe down 1-0 against the Tigers. Let's see what we can do. It has been an up and down start to season number 3. I'm super bummed about that James Wood injury. He just got back. He played 7 games. He played a literal 7 games back from his original injury that he suffered in the spring. And then he comes back and breaks his shin and gets hurt again. We lose to the Tigers, so I have a 1-pitch swing. Couldn't do anything. Tanner Beebe struggling. The entire team is struggling, so it's not just one person. I can't single out one person. All right, well, we move into the month of June. We're 30-28. Just a weird start to the year. Mackenzie Gore's 4-7 with a 4.94. He's absolutely getting shelled. Luis Gill's hot right now, but he's not playing very well overall. Tanner Beebe, to be fair, is pitching unbelievable. I kind of wrote him off early. Tristan McKenzie's getting understandably rocked. Not surprised. And Bobby Miller's struggling. So Tanner Beebe's the only guy that's really pitching out of his mind right now. And the bullpen is doing not amazing. But Helsley's killing it right now. And then the lineup. What's going on with the lineup? Ono Cruz is hitting very well. Rangifo's doing well. Devers is hitting really well again. Schwarber's having a killer, maybe even a career year. O'Hoppe's struggling really bad. Trout is struggling, but he's just because he's old and a very low overall at this point. We might have to move Trout to a every other day type of player. John Kenzie's playing okay. Shaunnell's hitting pretty well, and Zach Neto's hitting okay. And you know what? Christian Campbell's hitting pretty well, to be fair. We might have to find a way to get Trout not starting every single game because he's too much of a liability at this point, I think. But the team is off to a wild start here in season number 3. We're 30-28. Our best player just got hurt again. One of our best players just got hurt again. And I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. I know for a fact that we'll have the draft, we'll have all-star stuff and trade deadline stuff in the next episode, but anything could happen. We could be sellers at the deadline and maybe going for a rough year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, though, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.